how has Jayson Tatum looked in his first 2 games back with the Celtics? I see you drawing a full circle moment.
Full circle. Exactly how we planned it, not to be the best guy on the floor, get those little cobwebs out, get the feel of the game back, get all of the worry of landing and moving and planting and all of those things, get that out. There's no need for him to go anywhere else to do that. Playing against, the Dallas Mavericks, the first game? Shit, they're essentially better than the Wizards.
Like you said.
Playing against guys like Cooper Flag, going downhill, all these different guys he got to guard. He moved. He didn't look like he was favoring anything. He's just trying to get back into the rhythm of it all. And he looked good, man. I think, like I said, 80%, 70% Jayson Tatum is better than 100% Hauser. So it's just one of those situations where he's out there, it feels good, he can hit shots, he can still attack the rim. He gonna be a force when they get down to like this game tonight against the Spurs. It's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a solid game where now you got to look at Jayson Tatum potentially going off for 20 points. They didn't have that before. Now they got that now. So I think it's good for him and it's good for the Celtics.
So, Swaggy, let's start with you. How's Tatum looked in his first 2 games back since coming back from that Achilles injury?
Oh man, amazing. Just how I thought he would look. I got my JT box sent the day before the Mav game. I had the whole outfit on. We don't need to go to the G League and do all that other shit that they were saying, I'm gonna play against the Wizards. What we doing? What we do? What is this? A full circle? But no, I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him. He back. The Boston's looking good. He came back against the Mavs to see how he felt. Looked good. Wasn't limping on one side. Just trying to get the feel for the game back. And the next game against a top team, top contender, he put up 20. So it's only gonna get better. I see from here. And more comfortable out there. So I'm just glad to see JT back out there.
Let's shift over to you, Kenya. Tatum, 2 games back. Played Friday, played Sunday, 27 minutes in each game.
Mm-hmm.
Averaging, 18 and 8.
Yeah, shout out to Jayson Tatum, man, for putting the time in, believing in the work ethic, believing in the process, and just going out and believing in the work that he's put in. And I was one of those people who said, I think, don't rush it. If you're not right, then don't play. It's your decision ultimately. He felt he was ready to go. 10 months in, strong enough to go out and compete. I'm pretty sure they monitoring how he feels. Shout out to him and his team. And because it's more of a mental thing at this point. I think he put the work in physically, but going out and trusting it mentally, I think is the biggest hurdle. And once he got over that, then he was ready to play. So shout out to Jayson Tatum. And hey, chat, let's congratulate Rashad on his opinion becoming true. Because all that full circle shit, all that, it all was based on an opinion, y'all. So just let's congratulate Rashad on his, so he can feel like, he won something today.
Let's just put the tombstones in the chat. That's what we do. Remember that?
It was an opinion. It was an opinion. It was an opinion we all gave on the couch on what Josiah asked us what we think about Jayson Tatum return. We gave an opinion.
Swaggy, they fought us tooth and nail, didn't they?
Therefore, it was an opinion. Swaggy. We thought that he should wait because it was an injury. We asked Brandon because he had the injury. So let's say congratulations to Rashad because we all gave an opinion, and his opinion became that Jayson Tatum made it back. Now,
he would be the first. Okay? He would be the first of his kind. He would be the first.
The first of what?
The first guard to come back the soonest, other than Kobe Bryant, to do this.
I thought he was the first. I thought he was the first.
The youngest.
Oh, I thought he was the first to do it. I think Kobe had less
He's the
days than him.
youngest.
He had
Dominique
He's the
less
Wilkins
days than
youngest.
him.
also.
He had less
He's
days
the,
than him. So now,
he's
he's
the
the youngest.
youngest.
Oh, I thought he was the first.
Now he's
Now
the
he's the
youngest.
youngest. No,
Yeah.
now he's the youngest. So now you're gonna switch with, hey Brandon, hey B. He wanted. Let's tell him congratulations, B. Him and Nick both. You guys' opinion became true because y'all thought he should come back. Cool.
Well, let's
Congratulations.
shift over to Mr. B though. Mr. B, last but not least.
I never heard that from Ken.
You ain't never heard it,
Thank you,
man.
Ken.
You know how many of those he owed me, man?
I don't owe you shit. I owe you a goddamn thing, nigga. Because this,
You know how many of them he owed me, man? He done been so wrong so many times, man.
Right, Brandon? It all was an opinion.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Let's shift over to Mr. B. Only 2 games. You suffered a similar torn Achilles injury. So you are very familiar with what goes into that, the rehab, the work that's going to put in. You know, I think some of us were surprised to see Tatum come back so soon, less than 10 months since suffering the injury. But he's only played 2 games, so let's put that caveat out there. There's a lot of games left to be played. It remains to be seen how he will fare for the rest of the season. But what do you think about Tatum so far in these 2 games back since returning from that Achilles injury?
I love it. But me and Kenyon, we said that was between him and God. So, it wasn't even if we were wrong or we didn't say he shouldn't play. It was just more of a decision between him and God, and spiritually just coming back from his injury.
Now you want to throw God in it,
man. He don't know. God told me the same conversation they had. God was talking
like he gonna back off.
I got my information.
God, I can't talk
this shit
about
comes straight from the survival scrolls.
Yeah, that's just between you
and
your ass.
Like I said, Ken, that's what I said.
God in
No, I did.
I did. Feel bad.
I did.
But we can back off. I ain't gonna talk about God now.
Talk about God. God told me the night before. That's why I said it, nigga. God told me.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Anyways,
back to your point, Brandon.
So yeah, I'm happy that he's back. He did look good his first 2 games. He's going to be battle tested these next 2 games against the Spurs and OKC. I was a little worried because I did have the same injury, and coming back, I did go to the G League, which was fine, and I needed it. But with the new technology today, and like Ken said, his team and everybody that he has, I mean, it's different today. So, I just hope that he can just stay healthy.
Yeah, so Celtics obviously beat the Cavs, top 4 team in the East. Have the Spurs tonight, number 2 team in the West. Follow that up with the number 1 team in the league, the Oklahoma City Thunder, on Thursday. So will these next 2 games give you a lot more perspective on just where he's at with the injury and what the Celtics can expect to get from him for the remainder of the season?
Yeah, especially with the way the Spurs are playing. The Spurs are playing at a very high level right now. They have a lot of young guys. So defensively, he's going to have to, it's going to be a very intense playoff game. And then you got the OKC right after that. So, they like how they like to play. So, yeah, it's going to be battle tested. But like I said, it's going to be great for him. Just getting back in the mix and getting back into the mix of playing top teams too.
Most definitely. And shout out Tatum to 27 minutes in both those games. Struggled with the shooting a little bit, to be expected. 10-month layoff, hasn't played an NBA game since May, getting thrust now during this tail end stretch run of this season. But despite the rust, Tatum looked solid defensively in this small sample size as well. So we have some numbers. Once again, 2 games, very small sample size. So in the win over the Cavs, Tatum spent 75% of his defensive possessions guarding either James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Tyson, or Dean Wade. Held those players to a combined 6 points on 25% shooting over 38 possessions. Overall, Tatum is holding his opponents to 30% from the field, 0% from 3 since making his return. 2 games.
2 games.
But if it didn't look this good, we would talk about that. It does look good defensively. We would talk about this. So are you guys surprised at all by Tatum's solid play defensively so far in these first 2 games back from his Achilles injury? The virtual arena, ladies and gentlemen.
Crickets.
I mean, I guess. I mean, it's 2 games.
I said that multiple times. But if he went and got his ass busted in those 2 games, we were talking about him getting his ass busted.
No.
Finally.
No,
If he got his
Joe.
ass busted, if somebody
Joe.
put a 30 on
Joe.
his head, we would talk
If
about
he
it.
would have got his ass busted,
Joe.
oh my
Joe.
God.
No, we wouldn't
Oh
have.
my
Two games.
No, we wouldn't have.
God.
Hey,
Nah,
Josiah.
I can't do
Josiah.
that. No, I can't do that.
Josiah,
No, I can't
there's
do that.
no Josiah. This is my opinion, right? From me, there's no expectations especially the first two games coming back from a major injury, offensively or defensively, in the first two games. So all these numbers, and I'm happy he's back. I'm happy his mind is together for him to go out and compete, right? He worked through the injury. There's no expectations from me far as defensively or how many points he scores, how many shots he makes. The simple fact that he is out there is a win.
Most definitely.
So the numbers defensively, how many possessions he played against this guy, that guy, for me, because coming back from major injury, and I'm pretty sure Brandon would agree with this one as well, right?
Yeah, yes.
Coming back from something major, you don't
hear that?
care how many points somebody scored against you, how many points you scored right away, especially the first two games. Happy he played well, yes, but there's no expectations coming from me.
Yeah.
Because I understand how tough that is mentally to fight back from, just to be out there. So if somebody scored 30 and he was on, who cares? It's his second game back from an Achilles fucking injury. Like, don't nobody care? That man mentally, the fact that he is out there is a win and a win, both sides of the ball for him. So
only thing we're gonna be looking at is seeing if he scored.
Come on, man.
Put the ball in the hoop a couple times.
If he would have been out there getting his ass bust, y'all would have said.
No, ain't no y'all to it, Nick. Don't put words in niggas' mouth. No,
man.
no.
All right.
Nick, have you ever made an injury, Nick? Have you came back from something like this? I'm asking. Have you?
Man.
If the answer to that is no, Nick, trust me, the mental aspect of it for him. So for me, like I said, for the masses, the rest of people can put emphasis on him first two games. But for me, and I'm pretty sure other people that's had a major injury of the sort that fought back, because it don't matter, man. The numbers and all that shit don't matter right away. It does not. A win is to be out there. The win was for him to lace them shoes up and put that game jersey on, and whatever happened after that was going to happen. So the points, rebounds, assists, his team was able to get 2 wins. Him come out healthy on the other side of playing 27 minutes in both games, that's a win. That's a
when
win.
does it matter then?
I don't know what date it is, Nick, but the first two games, I know it ain't it. I don't know what number that is, Nick, but the first two games, I know it ain't it. Like, that I do know. So
I remember me and you both saying that just him being out there with the team at 75% is a win for the team because it's the tail end. If he fits, he fits. If he don't, he don't. He's just getting back out there.
Is he 75%?
Knocking the rust off.
Is he 75%?
10 months cool. Like, this is going to be good for him and his mental because he gets to see if he's been doing the right things to get back.
So the question was, we were talking about expectations and numbers. So what are you saying? You just want to be taught. You just want to have something to say,
but nobody's disagreeing with you guys, though. The thing is, we just said that
no, you guys disagreed with us to get to this point.
Well, we talking about right now. You want to bring up old shit. That's your problem.
No, we didn't. No, first of all, we had an opinion about an injury, and then you guys gave y'all, no, he should, So you guys
that's
right.
your opinion.
All right,
It was your opinion, like I said.
So,
some of the couch thought he should just redshirt this year and wait to get back next season.
I started my statement as I said I thought he should wait. I said that today. The conversation we had previously, you asked us a question about him moving forward, what we think. 3 of us said we think he should wait. 2 guys said he should come back and play. Cool. Now we at the place. Now he's come back to play. Now it's a different conversation.
Y'all need to watch us do this. Watch us do our dance.
But what is the celebration?
Watch us do our dance.
But what is the celebration?
We was right. Watch us do our dance. We was right. It's a half spin. Half spin, full spin.
Okay, now I get
I don't get it.
Too far and few in between. Too far and few in between when niggas think they want to be right about something. Like so, like I
We
said,
are
Brandon,
right.
give
No,
him
y'all
a,
was right.
it
Y'all
was an
was right.
And
opinion. It was an opinion.
why everybody mad when we right? It's okay.
That's
No,
Nobody
crazy.
said
and
That's
who's
nobody.
mad?
crazy.
Nobody said y'all.
Like you
Who is
trying to
mad?
bring down my rightness. Like stop
Man.
You're
trying to
not.
put down my rightness.
You wasn't
Man,
right.
whole
You
whole
gave an
nigga didn't show
opinion.
up today because he's getting tired of me being right. He like, I'm tired of this
No, that's
nigga being
between
right.
you and him.
I
That's
ain't
between
showing
you
up
and
no more.
that's
That,
between
that was
you and
actually
him.
the
All right,
Josiah
all
Hive working
right,
their
all
magic.
right.
The
Yeah, that was
Josiah Hive
that's
banded
between
together.
you and
All
him.
right.
I
Yeah,
gave
that's
them
between
Gills
you and
address,
him.
and they did
Yeah,
what the Josiah Hive does.
yeah, that's between
Boy,
you and him. But like I
when
said,
you right, you
there's no
right, though. When you
expectation.
right, hey Nick, when you right, boy.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
right. When you
Okay.
be right, Nick, you be
Okay.
right.
yeah.
All this to say
What?
is two
Yeah. What
games, and
else?
I keep saying
Yeah,
that. I keep making that point.
yeah. So no
It's 2 games.
expectations.
It's a long season. But Kenyon, obviously, Brandon, both have had major injuries. Those first couple games back, how did you feel? When did you actually start to feel normal and like your regular self, just from a conditioning standpoint, a play standpoint, or does it never get back to that?
It gets
Nah,
back.
nah.
You just don't know when, like, because you're on the minute restrictions. Like they playing with your minutes. You're not getting consistent minutes. You playing 3, 4, 5 minutes at a time. Sometimes you're used to playing 8, 9 minutes at a time. So you don't know. Like
Yeah,
for
they
me,
had them in
like I
5
was
to
on.
6 minute stretches.
Yeah, like I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
on.
So
Like
that's
yeah,
not.
that's frustrating. That's not your normal activity. So you don't know when it. Whenever they lift it, it might be that day. It might be sooner than that. It might be a month after that. You don't know. For every player, it's different.
Yeah, yeah. And I think the main thing is when you first get back, you're just happy to be back out there. Like for one, just being able to be happy, be able to play. Um, but I mean, for me, it took me more than 10 games because I had to come off the bench. I had to come off, like Kenny said, something different. So it was different for me. So yeah, for me, it took me a little bit of a time, but I was just happy to be back and be able to play basketball.
Yeah, because each one is different. Like when I came back from my injury after college, right? That was a different injury than a microfracture surgery. That was a different mindset. It was a different rehab process. So it's all different, right? Um, Ankles is different than knees. Achilles is different than this, and so it's all different on how your body responds to it, and your cardio, right? It's all about. I'm saying how what have you done to maintain your cardiovascular, and that's a hurdle in itself. So it's all
Yeah.
different from each guy, man.
So one thing I will say about Tatum, I believe Thursday night, before he announced the comeback, met with the team staff, just thanked everybody for their support along the way. We saw throughout this season that he was traveling with the Celtics on road trips, still being connected to the team, kind of not doing that rehab alone, still feeling like he was a part of the team and helping them kind of get back out there. So when you look at
That's
that side of it,
I'm about to say huge part of it, right? Still be connected. Um, out of sight, out of mind, right? When you're not around, people don't know what you're doing, how you're working. A lot of speculation can be had. Um, and and that's just a testament. He enjoys being around the group, the coaching staff, the guys. The organization is well ran, so they have a different camaraderie than other situations. For me, my second microfracture when I was missed the season, played the first 2 games, and I didn't want to be around. I didn't go around. Um, not playing for one was dramatic in itself. Head coach situation for 2 didn't help. Yeah, so no, it was a lot of reasons that I didn't go around. Didn't travel with the team except certain cities. So you go if you're out, you go to the fun cities. Yeah, I'm sitting out the Minnesotas and the Milwaukees and those trips. I'm sitting out of those, but I'm going to LA, I'm going to Phoenix, going to Miami, going to Toronto, you know what I'm saying? So you're doing all those things because it's for you. It's not for the group. So, but it's different for every guy. Um, yeah, but it was happy to see Jayson Tatum was still doing that. So now when it's time to come back, he's still a part of the group.
most definitely. So Tatum's return to the court was faster than most expected. Some did expect that he would return in this time frame. But although he said himself, he knew he would return at some point this season. So let's take a look at some of the other notable returns from a torn Achilles injury. So you got Kobe Bryant did it 240 days. Dominique Wilkins, like we mentioned, 283 days. Chauncey Billups, 296 days. But Chauncey, at the tail end of his career at that point, didn't play more than 20 games in the 2 seasons following that, ended up retiring after that. Tatum, 298 days. You got Boogie, was at 357. Mr. B, Brandon Jennings, 339 days from the time suffering that injury to your return on the court. Kevin Durant, 552 days. KD situation a little bit different with the COVID break and all that stuff going on. But Celtics will continue to monitor managing his injury for the rest of the season. They have 18 games remaining this season, including 2 back-to-backs, 3rd toughest strength of schedule amongst the remaining teams in the league in their schedule. But you also have, when you look at the Pistons now in the midst of a 4-game losing streak, so Celtics are now just 2.5 games behind Detroit for first place in the East. So when you're looking at just Tatum's situation with these 18 games remaining on the schedule, how should the Celtics approach using Tatum for the rest of the regular season? And should it be important to them to try to jump into that top spot in the East if they can?
I'll be the first to say I was wrong about the Celtics going into the beginning of the year. I counted them all the way out based on roster. Not necessarily Jaylen Brown's ability to lead, but just being able to have the guys around him to do so. He was able to do more with less all the way up to this point where now they can move into first, where they've been the last 2 seasons prior. And I think they go back to their original form. With that being said, looking at Detroit, looking at the Knicks, Sixers, and other teams in the East, with Jayson Tatum even at 85%, I think that the Celtics have an advantage when it comes down to team morale and understanding of spacing and everything they've done to be top team in the East. So this strength of schedule is just the tip of the iceberg. They can get past this going into the playoff. They can move into number 1. I think now strong consideration of Jaylen Brown's leadership comes into, full circle. He should definitely be praised as far as holding it down without Jayson Tatum and being able to be like, this is something that I was able to do and I was always been able to do as a number 1 guy for this team, both of them being Superman and Batman. I think it's commendable, and I definitely did count them out, and I was wrong about that because they're definitely moving into the trajectory of being the top team in the East.
And you talk about Jaylen Brown, that leadership, part of that leadership is being able to sacrifice, obviously, with Jayson Tatum returning. He was putting up career numbers to this point, having a career year right now. Numbers have obviously gone down slightly in the 2 games with Tatum back. But just from that side of it, those two together, just that a testament. And we talked about it, who's the number 1, who's the number 2, whatever. But having now both these guys back in action together and Jaylen Brown being willing to, not even to say willing, but having to sacrifice for the greater good of the team.
I don't even think it matters who's number 1. I think the biggest thing is that, Jaylen Brown, he's shown that, he can carry a team when Jayson Tatum's not there. Now that Jayson Tatum's back, they can get back to that championship culture that they had all together. So as much as everybody want to put them together about who's the number 1 option, it really doesn't matter at this point. Because now you're in a position where people had you guys at 11th, and now you guys are 2, and now you guys are getting a player like Jayson Tatum back. I think that the most important thing is just getting him back into the groove, and then you guys try to go get that championship.
So, Swaggy, just for you two, when you look at these 18 remaining games, like I said, you got to monitor Tatum's situation. You can't take the victory lap per se off of just 2-game sample size with this time left in the season and gearing up for the playoffs, postseason, which is obviously more important than the regular season. How should the Celtics approach using Tatum for the remainder of this regular season?
Same way. Smart. There's no need to play him. Yeah, there's no need to play him over 27 minutes right now. There's no need to play him in the back-to-backs that they have. And you just monitor how he feels. And it's on him to be honest with the medical staff. I'm pretty sure he has up to this point on how he truly feels. And I think that needs to continue. Playing him right now 35, 37 minutes a night doesn't make sense. Consistently with the 27 minutes, 27 to no more than 30, I think. I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be around the 25 minute mark that they probably wanted to keep him around. But 25 to 27, I think, would be useful. Just getting his legs up under him heading into the playoffs. So I think just continue the same regimen that they have and just him being honest on how he feels.
Yeah, this is a nice amount of games to get them ready for the playoffs, to get them more comfortable. I feel like you don't try to overdo it. Um, he's a great player, great scorer. He could figure it out in a limited time he gets. He can still put up these type of numbers and be effective. And I think this just it makes it easier for everybody else, especially for Jaylen Brown. He don't have to do too much or shoot the shots he probably it's probably tough. It's tough being a number one, getting double teamed and all that. Now you release some of that pressure and you still got that same confidence. I think Boston gonna be scary, man. They're gonna be scary in the playoffs.
That brings me to my next question. Like I mentioned, Pistons 4-game losing streak right now. Celtics 2.5 games out of first place. Does Tatum make the Celtics the favorites to come out of the East?
For me, yes. And I'm not just being biased, but I feel like they got the pedigree. They've been there. They know how to win. And just having a guy that's 6'8" that could pretty much do everything out there. And they added a nice big to the team that makes a difference from Al Horford last year. I think they're gonna be all right.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm switching my team back to Boston. You know what I'm saying?
Shot back to Boston.
Officially back to Boston.
You
know what I'm
were
saying?
pondering a move to the Sixers. Have flirted with that for a little bit. Obviously, Embiid back hurt again. You have Wemby and the Spurs as your Western Conference team. You're going back to Boston, making your return.
Making my return. You know, it's good morale going on.
Yeah.
Lucky in the center of the court. It's a lot of good shit going on over there. You know what I'm saying? Might as well partake. Might as well partake in the green. You know what I'm
You
saying?
have the
In
green screen behind
Right.
you.
I'm trying to figure it out. I figured it out. I said, fuck it. Why not? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they look good. They out there playing together. You know, Joe got their shit going smooth. And yeah, they could definitely come out the East. I mean, I'm looking at Detroit. When I watch them play, they don't have a bona fide number two that can
At
go do
all.
what Cade Cunningham does. So what I've seen teams do the last 4 games is take him out of the game and force Jalen Durden to do more than what he's used to. No
Yeah.
one else is picking up the pieces, picking up the slack. They don't really have another guy that can get you 20, 25. That puts pressure on Isaiah Stewart to hit threes. He got to get 15, 16 points. That's uncharacteristic for him. I don't see Detroit holding it down that long to the point where they're going to beat a Boston or New York in 7.
Yeah.
So you got cooling off on the Pistons a little bit, heating up with the Celtics with Tatum. Again, it remains to be seen how Tatum's injury reacts to this heavy gameplay once you shift from regular season to playoff basketball. But moving on to you, do you think Jayson Tatum makes the Celtics the favorites to come out of the East?
18 games left. Detroit's struggling right now. Yeah, I don't trust the Knicks. So, yeah, I think his presence brings energy to the locker room and to the way guys are going to perform. It helps Joe Mazzulla in his coaching approach. So yeah, I would agree that right now the guys other teams are playing around Boston, them being able to go out and beat Cleveland already. Yeah, yeah. So I would say yeah they are. I would pick them as after 18 games. Yeah, they'll be the favorite to come out. Yeah. Can't hear you, Joe.
Or you muted, Mo. You muted, Joe.
I was just seeing if y'all cared. It would be their third final since 2022. Obviously, a championship in between there. Mr. B, you think, like you said, favorites to come out?
Yeah, man. Just just depends to see how Jayson Tatum just keeps looking, as it keeps going. But I mean, the way Jaylen Brown's been playing in that whole core, I don't see anything really stopping them, really, because they've been there before twice. So, and they do have championship experience, and it just comes down to who's healthy.
Yeah. So they'll be about Vucevic for another couple weeks.
Yeah, it ain't just about players. Like, so experience is across the board, right? Playoffs with players as well, been in those situations. They lost a couple pieces with the championship team, of course, but coaching staff and having your main two guys there and Derek White, and I think that helps still. But yeah, no, man, it's just been them situations, man, on how to win a playoff series as a coaching staff. Like, what do we need to do as a game planning to help us win 4 games, be the first to 4 games in these series? And I think they have that. So to the experience, I think is going to help them moving forward with Jayson Tatum being back as well, with him being, if he's going to be on a minute restriction in the playoffs, that just helps. Having that experience of certain days guys who are in foul trouble, certain guys, because you just don't know, each game is different in the playoffs. So I think them having that experience with having Jayson Tatum, if he's going to be limited, I think helps.
All right, for sure. Well, we will monitor the situation in Boston. Let's keep this thing moving.